End 2025 strong. Win 2026 before it begins. Napoleon Hill's Blueprint for Prosperity. Act 1. The Wake-Up Call. If you end 2025 the same way you lived it, 2026 will not change your life. Let me say that again, because most men will not hear it the first time. If you end this year the same person you began it, with the same fears, the same excuses, the same scattered focus, the next year will be nothing more than a repetition of this one. December is not a month, it is a decision point, a doorway between who you were and who you will become. Most men drift through this doorway asleep. They carry their failures forward like baggage they forgot to unpack. They enter the new year with old habits, old doubts, old identities, and they wonder why nothing changes. I spent 20 years studying the most successful men in America: Andrew Carnegie, Henry Ford, Thomas Edison, Theodore Roosevelt, John D. Rockefeller. Not one of them drifted into greatness. Not one stumbled into prosperity by chance. Every single one decided. They chose. They committed. They aligned their minds with definite purpose and refused to waver. And that is what separates them from the millions who wished, hoped, and waited for conditions to improve. In my book, Outwitting the Devil, I discovered the most dangerous force in human life. Not evil, not failure, but drifting. Drifting is the habit of permitting yourself to be influenced and controlled by circumstances outside your own mental control. The drifter has no definite purpose, no plan, no burning desire. He reacts to life instead of directing it. He is tossed by opinion, swayed by fear, and ruled by comfort. And at the end of each year, he looks back and wonders where the time went. But the man of purpose, the man of decision, the man of faith, he does not drift. He commands his direction. He chooses his destination, and he moves toward it with the certainty of law. Years do not fail people. People fail to decide. So I ask you now, plainly and without mercy, who are you at the end of 2025? Are you the man who talked about change but took no action? The man who waited for motivation but never cultivated discipline? The man who blamed circumstance while refusing to command his own thoughts? Or are you ready to become something different? Because 2026 will not reward hope. It will not reward wishful thinking. It will not reward the man who drifts. It will reward clarity, discipline, faith, and definiteness of purpose. The next 12 minutes will give you the exact blueprint to end this year like a master and enter the next like a conqueror. But only if you decide right now that you are finished drifting. Say it quietly to yourself. I am finished drifting. I decide my direction. I command my year. Good. Then let us begin. Act 2. How to end 2025 the right way. Step 1. Conduct a brutal mental inventory. Before you can enter a new year, you must first be honest about the old one. Not emotional, not self-pitying, honest. Most men lie to themselves at the end of the year. They say, "It wasn't so bad," or "I'll do better next time," or "I just need to try harder." But trying harder without clarity is like rowing faster in the wrong direction. Effort without examination is wasted motion. In The Law of Success, I wrote that self-analysis is the foundation of all achievement. The man who cannot see himself clearly cannot improve himself accurately. So sit down tonight with a pen and paper, not your phone, not your laptop, paper. The act of writing engages the mind differently. It forces truth. And ask yourself these questions. What habits weakened me this year? Not what you intended, not what you wished, what you actually did. Did you waste hours on distraction? Did you speak defeat more than faith? Did you delay decisions that required courage? Write them down, all of them. Do not hide from your own eyes. Where did fear stop me? Fear of criticism, fear of failure, fear of being wrong, fear of being seen. Where did you shrink when you should have expanded? Where did you remain silent when you should have spoken? Where did you retreat when you should have advanced? Name the fear, for a fear named loses half its power. Where did comfort replace discipline? Where did you choose ease over effort? Where did you avoid the hard conversation, the difficult task, the uncomfortable growth? Comfort is the silent killer of potential. It whispers, not today, not yet. Tomorrow will be easier. But tomorrow never is. And the man who waits for comfort before acting will wait forever. Write it all down, not to punish yourself, but to see clearly, because you cannot correct what you refuse to acknowledge. This is not motivational, this is mathematical. Self-honesty is the foundation of self-mastery. Carnegie once told me, "A man who cannot face his own weakness will never develop his strength." Truth is the only foundation upon which greatness can be built. So be truthful, be brutal, be complete. And when you have written your inventory, do not despair, for awareness is the first movement of transformation. You now know what must be left behind. Step 2. Burn the old identity. Here is a truth most men never grasp. You cannot enter a new year with an old identity. The version of you that procrastinated through 2025 cannot build the life you desire in 2026. The version that waited for permission, that doubted every decision, that stayed comfortable, that version must die. Not physically, mentally. You must kill the old self through decision. In Outwitting the Devil, I learned that every man carries within him two selves, the self that drifts and the self that decides, the self ruled by fear and the self governed by faith. Most men try to improve while keeping both selves alive. They want confidence without releasing doubt. They want discipline without abandoning comfort. But the law does not permit this. You cannot serve two masters. You must choose. So tonight, before you sleep, speak these words aloud. I release the man who hesitated. I release the man who waited. I release the man who feared. That version of me served its purpose. It brought me here, but it cannot take me forward. I am no longer the man who doubts his decisions. I am no longer the man who needs permission. I am no longer the man who hides from difficulty. I am the man who decides. I am the man who persists. I am the man who commands his thoughts and directs his fate. Speak it, mean it, feel it. For the subconscious mind does not respond to logic, it responds to conviction spoken with emotion. When you declare your new identity with feeling, the subconscious accepts it as fact and begins to align your thoughts, habits, and actions accordingly. This is not pretending, this is deciding, and decision is the starting point of all transformation. Ford became an automobile manufacturer the moment he decided he was one, long before he built a single car. Edison became an inventor before the first light burned. They did not wait for evidence, they decided first, and evidence followed. You must do the same. Decide who you are in 2026, then become him through repetition and action. The old identity dies the moment you stop feeding it with thought. The new identity strengthens the moment you begin affirming it with faith. Step 3. Forgive, release, detach. Before you close the door on 2025, you must clear one final obstacle: resentment. Resentment is the anchor that keeps men trapped in the past. It is the weight that prevents forward motion. and it poisons faith faster than any other thought. In Think and Grow Rich, I devoted an entire chapter to the control of emotion. For emotion, when undisciplined, becomes the master instead of the servant. Anger, bitterness, regret, these are not feelings to analyze endlessly. They are forces to release completely. If someone wronged you this year, release them, not for their sake, for yours. Forgiveness is not weakness, it is power reclaimed. Every moment you spend replaying their offense is a moment stolen from your future. If you failed this year, forgive yourself, not casually, deliberately. Failure is feedback, not identity. Edison failed 10,000 times before the light bulb worked, but he did not carry the weight of those failures into the next experiment. He extracted the lesson and moved forward. You must do the same. Learn, release, advance. If you lost something this year, money, opportunity, time, detach from it. What is gone is gone. Mourning it does not restore it. Only forward motion creates new gain. Say quietly within yourself, I forgive all who doubted me, for they only revealed my need to trust myself. I forgive all who failed me, for they only showed me who not to depend upon. I forgive myself for every delay, for every error brought me closer to wisdom. I release the past. I detach from regret. I move forward with a clear mind and a light heart. Feel those words settle. Feel the weight lift. Feel the space open for new thought, new faith, new power. You cannot build in 2026 with the rubble of 2025 cluttering your foundation. Clear it now. Burn it completely. Leave only lessons, never burdens. Carnegie told me once, the man who carries yesterday's anger into today's opportunity will lose both. So release it, all of it, now. For the next 5 minutes, we will build the plan that wins before the year even begins. Act 3, How to Win and Prosper in 2026. Principle 1, define one clear chief aim. This is the foundation. Without it, nothing else matters. Definiteness of purpose is the starting point of all achievement. Most men fail not because they lack desire, but because they scatter it. They want wealth, health, love, respect, influence, adventure, all at once, all immediately. And because their energy divides in 100 directions, nothing gathers force. The successful man is different. He selects one burning goal and subordinates everything else to it. Not because he ignores other desires, but because he understands focus. A magnifying glass held steady in the sun can start a fire, but move it constantly and nothing ignites. So you must choose. What is your one chief aim for 2026? Not 3 aims, not 5 goals, 1. I will give you 3 categories to consider. 1 financial aim. What exact sum will you accumulate or earn by December 31st, 2026? Be specific. Not more money, a number. $50,000, $100,000, $500,000. And state what you will give in return. Remember, the universe demands fair exchange. Will you provide a service, build a product, solve a problem? Write it. By December 31st, 2026, I will have this amount in exchange for this specific value I provide. 1 personal mastery aim. What skill, habit, or quality will you develop completely? Discipline, confidence, communication, physical strength. Not surface level, mastery level. Write it. By December 31st, 2026, I will have mastered this skill through this specific daily practice. 1 contribution aim. Who will you serve? How will you uplift others? What will you give that outlasts your own benefit? This is not charity out of pity, this is service out of purpose. The wealthiest men I studied all served others. Their fortunes followed their service, not the reverse. Write it. By December 31st, 2026, I will have contributed this result to these specific people or cause. Now, of these three, choose the one that burns brightest, the one that pulls you forward with unstoppable force. That is your definite chief aim for 2026. Write it on a card, carry it in your pocket, read it every morning when you wake and every evening before sleep. Let it be the first thought of your day and the last thought of your night. For the subconscious mind, when given a definite target, begins immediately to organize all resources towards its achievement. Say it now. I have one chief aim for 2026. It is definite. It is written. It is mine. Principle 2. Install faith through repetition. Faith is not a feeling. It is a mental state you cultivate through deliberate practice. In Think and Grow Rich, I devoted an entire chapter to faith because most men misunderstand it completely. They think faith means hoping things will work out. They think it means believing without evidence. But that is not faith. That is wishful thinking. Faith, as I define it, is the visualization and belief in the attainment of desire. It is seeing your goal as already accomplished. It is feeling the emotions of success before success arrives. It is acting with the certainty that the law cannot fail. And faith is built through repetition combined with emotion. Here is the formula. Every morning, before the world makes its demands, sit in silence for 5 minutes. Close your eyes, breathe deeply. Then visualize your definite chief aim as already achieved. See it, feel it, hear it. Make it as real in your imagination as though it were happening now. If your aim is financial, see the bank balance, feel the security, hear yourself saying, I did it. If your aim is mastery, see yourself performing with ease. Feel the confidence, hear others acknowledging your skill. If your aim is contribution, see the lives you've changed, feel the fulfillment, hear the gratitude. Hold that image for several minutes, let it fill your entire awareness. Then speak these words aloud. I believe this goal is already mine in spiritual substance. Infinite intelligence is now arranging all conditions for its fulfillment. I am grateful. Speak it with feeling, not mechanically, with conviction. This is not affirmation for the sake of positivity. This is programming the subconscious mind to accept your desire as fact. The subconscious cannot distinguish between real and vividly imagined experiences. When you visualize with emotion, it accepts the image as reality and begins to attract the people, ideas, and opportunities necessary to make it physical. Every evening, repeat the process: visualization, affirmation, gratitude. Do this for 30 days without missing a single day, and you will notice changes so remarkable that others will call them miraculous. But you will know they are not miracles, they are law obeyed. Say quietly, I build my faith through daily repetition. My subconscious obeys my dominant thought. Principle 3. Discipline your environment. You cannot build a powerful mind in a weak environment. This is the law of mental influence. Whatever surrounds you shapes you. If you spend your days consuming negativity, gossip, fear, and distraction, your mind will reflect those influences no matter how strong your intentions. The subconscious mind absorbs everything. It does not filter. It does not judge. It simply records and repeats. So you must guard the gates of your consciousness with the vigilance of a sentinel. What you watch. Stop consuming content that reinforces defeat, drama, or despair. Stop watching news designed to agitate. Stop following people who celebrate mediocrity. Instead, feed your mind with knowledge, wisdom, and examples of achievement. Read biographies of great men. Study principles of success. Watch content that elevates thought instead of lowering it. What you listen to. Stop listening to complaints, excuses, and criticism. These are the language of the drifter. Instead, surround yourself with the voices of those who have mastered life. Listen to teachings that reinforce faith, discipline, and purpose. And most importantly, listen to your own voice. Speak affirmations aloud daily. The sound of your own conviction reprograms the subconscious faster than any external source. Who you allow influence from. This is the most critical decision. The 5 people you spend the most time with determine your mental atmosphere. If they are drifters, you will drift. If they are complainers, you will complain. If they are dreamers without action, you will dream without achieving. But if they are men of purpose, faith, and discipline, you will rise to their standard. In the law of success, I called this the mastermind principle. Surround yourself with those whose thought aligns with your aims. If you cannot find such people physically, create an invisible mastermind. Each night, imagine sitting in council with the greatest minds in history. Ask them questions, listen for answers. Your subconscious will respond as though the conversation were real. Say within yourself, I guard my mental environment as I guard my life. I allow only influences that strengthen my purpose. Discipline your environment, and your environment will discipline you. Principle 4. Act before you feel ready. Here is the final truth, and it is the one most men resist. You will never feel ready. Not today, not tomorrow, not when you have more money, more knowledge, more confidence. The feeling of readiness does not precede action, it follows it. Action creates confidence. Waiting creates doubt. In Outwitting the Devil, I learned that the greatest weapon against fear is immediate action. The moment you move, fear begins to dissolve.
But if you wait for fear to leave before acting, you will wait forever. Fear does not leave on its own. It is driven out by decision. Ford did not feel ready to revolutionize manufacturing. Edison did not feel ready to light the world. Carnegie did not feel ready to build an empire. They acted anyway, and in acting, readiness came. Decision destroys fear. Momentum beats motivation. So whatever you've delayed this year out of hesitation, do it in the first week of 2026. The conversation you avoided, the project you postponed, the risk you feared. Do it immediately, not perfectly, not comfortably, but definitively. For the man who acts imperfectly will achieve more than the man who plans perfectly but never moves. Say aloud, I act before I feel ready. I move with faith. I build momentum through motion. This is the law. This is the way. This is how winners are made. Act 4, the declaration. You now have the blueprint, the exact process to end 2025 like a master and enter 2026 like a conqueror. But knowledge without application is worthless. You must decide right now that you will not drift into the new year. 2026 does not belong to the lucky. It does not belong to the talented. It does not belong to those who wish and hope and wait for circumstances to change. It belongs to the decisive.
To the man who looks at his life with brutal honesty, releases what no longer serves him, and commits to one burning purpose with unshakable faith. To the man who builds his mind through daily discipline, guards his environment with vigilance, and acts with courage before he feels ready. That man cannot fail, not because he is perfect, but because he has aligned himself with the law that governs all achievement. And the law, when obeyed, cannot deny. Carnegie told me during our first meeting, "You are the master of your fate, the captain of your soul." But most men never claim that mastery. They hand control to circumstance, to opinion, to fear. You will not be one of them. Say it now. out loud with conviction, I decide my purpose. Feel those words. I control my mind. Let them settle. I move with faith. Let them become truth. And I finish what I start. That is your declaration. That is your identity. That is who you are in 2026. Repeat it every morning. Repeat it every night. Repeat it until it is no longer something you say, but something you are.
End 2025 like a student of failure, honest about what did not work, releasing what held you back, learning every lesson. Enter 2026 like a master of your fate, clear in purpose, strong in faith, disciplined in action, unstoppable in motion. The next 12 months will prove this law. You will see opportunities you did not see before. You will meet people who align with your purpose. You will make decisions with clarity you have never felt. And 1 year from now, when December 2026 arrives, you will look back and say, that was the year everything changed. Because I decided it would. So decide, now, completely. The blueprint is yours. The law is activated. The future is waiting. End strong. Begin stronger. You are the master of your fate, the captain of your soul. Now prove it.